They fake the give. Now Wentz. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Great. Black, come on.
Here's Wentz to throw. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Bruce caught it with a pick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll fake it. Now Locke. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this. Until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
On the back.
In his own end zone, it's Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returnable here from the 38. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And the Colts coming out now. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give the tackle that time to Rodney McLeod.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
12. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. Shedding the tackle. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, here's Love. Looking deep for Hilton. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
And now Adam Vinatieri. He's into his 40s now. You'd think low to mid-50s, probably about the outside of his range. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. They'll begin the drive with a jive. And he might have got this across midfield, not by much. They'll mark it down at the 49. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
36.
They run again with a jive. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's a jive. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Over the middle, a catch made by Mitchell. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Throwing on first is Wentz. Goes underneath for Sproles. And a few little style points on the juke, but not much room to maneuver after that. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Wentz to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. First catch for the Eagles' leading receiver from a year ago. It's a first down.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their third possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hines. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh, boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Luck on first down. This is caught. It's Ryan Brand. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Hines. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Luck. Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Oh, and now he bowls it over. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, run, pass. Offense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
This is Ajayi, and his defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic.
Let's go.
But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Shit. Lion. 81.
Wynn's going to try and throw on third. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On first down, Luck. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Fletcher Cox able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. To throw on second down is Luck. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got room. Now a hit and Luck lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. The 20. 10. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. On 2nd down, here's Luck. And a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Luck. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Andrew Luck with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts are in for 6. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Wentz now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, it's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Elliott good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. Now a 1st down throw. Luck. Looking deep for Hilton. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. Luck to Hilton on the hook up there. And even 40 yards.
One back.
On 1st down, it's Luck. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Here's Luck. Stepping up, he'll try, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Andrew Luck on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And an alley to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles are now just an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Monday. We're hurrying. 563. Check. 5674. Tempo. Alert. Yeah, easy.
On 1st and 10, Locke. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They'll start out on the ground with a Giant. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's a pickup of 7, and it is also the final play of the first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's brought down after a good gain. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They run with Hayes, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Past the 20. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jack Doyle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts are in for 6. So now Luck is going to bring the Colts up here to go for the 2-point try. Here's Luck. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. This is taken about 7 yards deep. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively, and now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Ertz has it left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing is Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They begin the drive with Hines. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Let it roll, let it roll. Gun. Go. Gun.
Now a play fake, and it's Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And now running right through it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. They run with Ajayi. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Now Wentz on third down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the gun, here's Luck. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Luck now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Yeah, easy.
Luck. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there at 22. Wentz now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Right back to him on 1st down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Shakes off the sack. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Danico Autry able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. From the gun, it's Wentz. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And his kick is no good. And just barely missing it wide to the right. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his... And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Hang in there now.
Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Owababe Odighizuwa in on the tackle. Great play there off the end. Question, Charles, in a 4-3, you hear about the D tackles a lot. What's the role of the ends?
What they want to do is control the edges of the defense. And you always hear about an offense talking about setting the edge in the running game. Well, the defense wants to do exactly the same thing. In the defensive end, often against an offensive tackle, sometimes a tight.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Richard Rodgers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Go.
Off of play action. Luck. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And give him a gain of 37. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what I put.
And now here's another interception. Picked picked off by Corey Graham. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there from Ajayi, and even 60 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 23. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the Colts coming out now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A shotgun snap for Love. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
He sets to fire deep. He's got a man, complete. He got 29 yards that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Now a hit, and Locke lost the football. It's out. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Play action. It's Locke. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Desperation time for Locke on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now it's Ajayi. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Completes it to Ajayi. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Eagles on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Wentz. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So that's not mission accomplished. It's darn close.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd and 10, Locke. Being chased out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Luck. Steps away to pressure, gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Brandon Graham in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Well, Charles, the forecast called for...
Introduction really necessary. Get the message like a secretary. Boy, I'm legendary. When I'm dead and buried, still be kicking flavor in the cemetery. Trap music originator. Fresh off of my hiatus. Yelling you to all my haters. They skywalk, I'm Darth Vader. Promise I don't give a about them. Let them out to anywhere till $1 million. Just like in the Kango Anna. New Cadillac with an all-go hammer. Long as I remember out of Atlanta. I can give a about a dog. Used to getting things from a text. So I count setting numbers in the hood. Do what I say do. Break bread, a fake dead, a bit to hate that. 50 million a year, that make that middle. You vote for Trump, you see me outside when you know what's up. I ain't hearing no peace talk, ain't funny, no hee-haw. Like a Black Panther weak to the cheek, try to weak. Swear to God, I could have been Freddie Gray. Or Mike Brown getting down with a on me and a half a let me buy Sandra Bland. Listen, boy, you're challenging with the running man. I was challenging with a hand. What you see before you, what they done told you from nothing, man. Grand hustle over everything. And hit the king like an 18-wheeler in and out of air lane. Never been a part of the in crowd. Got a problem with me? I said, y'all got the same friend that I came in with, ducking all that lane. Hey, everyone that knows on go. I rolled in a 4x4. Believe if I kept gon' go. See me when you ain't gon' see them no more. They love when I talk that. Roll by the car lot when bought it. Caught case if you can't send a phone. They will want you give a that. I live that they rapping back, catching them back what they capping back. Ain't roll my, but we know it did. We cashing out, we bagging that. Stacking up, there's zero. Certified neighborhood hero. You can try one of them, better not try with me though. Hey.
Bring it in. Roll it down by 2. We're gonna go out here, run this play for the win. Let's go get it. High formation, 28 sweeps, blue 14. Watch left. Hup, hup, hup.
We to the man, Atlanta hat cop to the left, turn to the back. Try to see we weren't having that. Sit with your ad, drop it out with Alabama at. That would get for trying to battle rap. Head, be one and done. No drive, but we running. Walk up to you while you showing us stun till you up that jury and money. Playing game, thinking showing up funny till my young win for me. For the love of the bankroll, keep it been to you. Don't nobody care about it, don't nobody wanna hear about it. You got a problem, huh? Well, it's the same thing for everybody. I ain't gon' lie. I promise that a day go by. I ain't on the grind if I ain't on fire. If it one thing I want, then it can't go by. Tryna put 6 wheels on the railroad. I ain't finna play no game, that what you know. So if you think at the top till I move over. Model day Tupac in a new hover. Know that now come with us and down. We dodge a steady deck and clown. We chase a meal so we can butt that down. Top, but we run the town. But with millions in with no cap and gown. We're all in what happened now. Metal throne, concrete crown. Call that line, you getting beat. Real boy veteran. Boy academy. Still remember me when they were sick and needed their medicine. Better watch it, partner, you from around here thinking sweet, you got the wrong idea. Get left out there, tell them so what? I kept trap music all black. Still, I'm that stupid. Still down to do it if you ask stupid. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah. Trap music all black. Get locked up and get back to it, yeah.